But right now, of course, it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's the Bud List. Also time when we read some viewer mail. I had gone to the real post office because I had to mail my kids' letters at camp, and I picked this one up.
Don't you always go to the real post office?
No, Christina often goes.
Oh, yeah, she's off.
Dear Wildes, thoughts on Jerry Jones? Oh, we almost did this story. Thoughts on Jerry Jones's recent comments that he'd be open to selling a portion of the Cowboys and partnering with a longtime NBA presence turned TV star. Thanks, Ryan and Brian. This was a story that we considered doing.
I would love to fly on Jerry's helicopter.
NBA presence.
That's a heck of a helicopter, too.
Yeah,
like a
it's
private jet.
Oh, but I think he has both.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The jet you is not as new.
That's like a big,
That's private
sturdy,
choppers for the short.
stable helicopter.
Yeah, probably takes the chopper from the landing strip to the stadium. I would imagine.
Well, I think he lives near. I think he lives in Texas.
But when he's out of town, I mean.
Yeah, he travels quite a bit, I'm sure.
I like it.
That was good. I like that.
Travels quite a bit,
I'm sure. Don't you?
Right.
Yeah, no, every Sunday or half the Sundays in the league. All right, here we go. Number 3, Trevor Lawrence.
What?
Sorry, Nick. Look, Trevor, there's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to give you the cold, hard truth. No one believes in you.
What? Really?
Except Nick Wright, and he's sometimey with it.
What?
Very sometimey with it. Remember the, you can bring out the wig now. Last time he had, yeah, that's about what the wig is gone. Who was it? The Buglers, they don't do it for the Prince anymore. It's not even in there.
We got too
It's not even in there. See? He's gotten rid of the wig.
This is why we
That's
can't
what I
win an
mean.
Go back to Bruce
Sometimey.
Yeah, I got him.
All right, he couldn't even find it. He was calling him Trevor Lawrence.
I do remember
Wasn't calling him the
I do
Prince,
remember
all that stuff. But I say this, Trevor, here's why. I'm not trying to be mean. You just came off of leading Jacksonville to 13 wins. You just finished 5th in MVP voting. You have thrown for 4,000 plus yards 3 of your last 4 seasons.
It was a great year.
And the last 3 years you've been healthy. You've thrown for 4K plus.
Go ahead.
And yet, the league's talent evaluators, the brainy guys, the guys that tell us who's great and who's not, they ranked you as the 16th best quarterback in the league. Decidedly, as Nick would say, average. 16th out of 32.
Touchable.
They gets no, well, 32.
16 and a half would be the middle. It's right above average.
I mean,
Really?
It is.
That's not the depth. Well, yeah, right.
With an
16
even
and
with
a
an
half.
even number, with an even number, there isn't a dead
that's
medium.
dead medium.
It's right above.
I think we're safe.
There
in
is no
saying
dead
average.
averages of an even number of digits.
If I had $32 and you were like, give me half, how much money do you want?
I get 16.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Which would mean half below, half
You want
above.
6? You'd be like, give me $16.50.
Go ahead, bro.
What, Nick?
I'm not wrong
You're
about
not gonna
mean
like
median
this,
mode.
Nick.
I promise.
Well, this is 33.
Go ahead, bro.
One OC said this, offensive coordinator. This is kind of who he is. Streaky, up and down. If everyone around him does their job at a high level, he has a chance. But he is not going to be able to carry everything for a substantial period of time.
I mean, you picked maybe the most negative.
It was,
There
well,
other stuff.
he was 16th after finishing 5th in the MVP voting.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm saying, Trevor. I didn't vote. This is not on me. I'm telling you, go out and prove that you are the man. You've got a very nice receiving core, talented. You got a coach that everybody loves, a hotshot mind that everybody loves. All right? You're coming off 13 wins. You're healthy right now. Go out and show people why you were the Gatorade Player of the Year in high school, as Nick reminds us at least once a month. Right?
Yeah.
Go out and show us why at one point you were Caleb Williams as far as the hype and the buzz and the hoopla. So this is your year to get it done, Trevor. Show the people what you're made of. Trevor, I am open to belief.
Me too.
I'm open to
Great.
belief.
I love to hear that from you guys.
Open. All right, at number 2, Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
All right, Lamar, I keep getting texts. This is true. Keep getting texts and calls from people. Why are you the only one standing up for Lamar Jackson? They see the rankings, 69th best player in the league. And I'm not the only one. In fairness, Warren Sharp came out. I'm sure you saw his little defense of Lamar Jackson. But these preseason rankings have been downright disrespectful.
That's true.
Downright disrespectful. There's no other way to look at them. All right? Period, the end. And Kevin Wildes, he mocked you. You're reminiscing. You're thinking about to how fun it was to play youth football, Pop Warner, when you were under center, and he's mocking you.
That was a silly
He's
quote.
laughing at you.
He said I played under center when I was.
He was reminiscing about how fun it was in
It was
football.
a unique quote.
That's all.
I wasn't mocking him.
So Lamar, look, this season, though, isn't about proving people wrong. It isn't about showing people you're still elite individually. It is really about winning that Super Bowl. You got to get it done. You've done everything individually. You've been one of the best regular season quarterbacks statistically that we've seen. I said yesterday that or 2 days ago, you led all the current players in passer rating for your career. You actually lead everybody. You and Aaron Rodgers are the all-time career leaders in passer rating among all the quarterbacks who've ever donned an NFL uniform. You've won 2 MVPs.
Until Purdy gets enough attempts.
Purdy
then he
might.
takes
Purdy,
it.
Purdy could,
Yeah.
you know. But you have won the 2 MVPs, one of 11 quarterbacks to do it. But those 11 quarterbacks, of course, all have a championship ring. So, look, you got a new coach that you seem to be fond of. You're going to be under center. Your offense looks like on paper is going to be more deceptive than ever. The defense, I think, is really going to be revitalized by head coach Jesse Minter. So, Lamar, this is your year to go out and get that elusive Super Bowl ring. That's the only thing left for you to do. I believe in you. And at number 1, C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud. It started with a bang, C.J. Came out, even though your offensive line was in flux, you took a franchise, a team that was horrific. Won 3 games a year before you got there. You have a rookie head coach, and you take them to 10 wins and the playoffs, and a playoff win.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the bottom fell out. I don't know what happened. There are theories out there, even on this show, theories about what happened. But the last 2 years, you were not anywhere near the rookie quarterback who had arguably the greatest rookie season of any quarterback in league history, certainly among the top 5. And so the question now is, can you get back there? Because we're not the only ones wondering what's going on. The guys in the preseason rankings aren't the only ones. Your team did not offer you a contract extension heading into your 4th year. You guys have everything you need to win a Super Bowl, arguably the best defense in the league. You got your receivers back. Nico Collins and Tank Dell, your buddy, is back. You added a running back in David Montgomery. The only question mark is, who is CJ? Is he the guy that came in the league and took the league by storm? Or is he the guy that had one of the worst postseasons on record with 5 interceptions, 5 fumbles in 2 playoff games last postseason? So CJ, believe it or not, I still believe in you.
Wow.
So go out there and get it done.
A great Bud list. Coach Mangini texted me during, said it was just fantastic.
Yeah, especially C.J. Stroud part, because
He
Coach
loves
Mangini loves C.J. Stroud.
Yeah,
You're really high on CJ, huh?
He
I
wants
think
to
he's
believe.
gonna have a bounce back. Yeah, I want to believe.
I'm going to be very high on CJ. Early predictions.
I don't necessarily.
Well, they had the best. They were basically the 85 Bears until Drake May had a 100 passer rating. Hey, it's time now.
Are fumbles incorporated in passer rating?
I don't know, to be honest with you. But if they are not.
They're not.
But if they were, that'd be even more impressive.
No, in that game, that was his problem, was the fumbles.
Well, his problem, they won the game.
Okay.
Easily. All right, time now for the Sports Media Ombudsman, Thursday, 4/12.
Thank you so much, Kevin Wildes, for the tepid introduction. You know, I didn't want to just be negative.
That's good.
Oh, wow.
And so as I scoured, as we get ready for football season, the NFL media landscape, I came to this conclusion. The last week or so, we saw the very best and the very worst of NFL media on display. So let me start with the best, a little sweet before the sour. Mike Sando demonstrated, as he does every year, the value in consistently delivering excellent results at your job and consistently nurturing relationships. Mike Sando has a group of at least 50, if not more, NFL decision makers, coaches, GMs, coordinators, that it's got to be more because he's been doing it for more than 10 years, that he knows he can go to, get real commentary from. They trust that their anonymity will be protected. And it, to me, is the best and most accurate snapshot, not necessarily of where these quarterbacks actually are in skill, but where they are viewed amongst the league.
Yes.
Like, it is a wide enough sample, and the fact that we have his own archives to go back and see how a player was viewed throughout his career. I view it as a valuable historical tool, to be totally honest, of like, oh, okay, what was the feeling of Eli Manning near the end of his career? You can go back and check these lists. He's been doing them since 2014. That can only be done by doing your job well for a long time consistently. That's the best. The opposite of that is whatever the hell happened with the Kyle Shanahan car wreck reporting, where turns out people that cover the Niners, people that cover the whole league knew about this, and they had just agreed, all right, so when are we releasing this info? Now again, while I do have a fake news hat, the hat is fake, the news is real, I am not a journalist. However, I did go to school for journalism. I took a few classes, Com 101, Barbara Comstock, shout out Newhouse School. I have worked with Brew for quite some time, and while I understand we're not covering the White House, there is going to be some level of horse trading involved on certain things about timing of releases and stuff like that. I get it, and I don't even really have a huge issue with it. That struck me as over the line. Even if you wanted to hold some of the details of the wreck until you found out everyone's okay, if there was potential legal proceedings, maybe you can say, all right, it's gray area, but it's fine. But for no one to have reported, one of the 32 head coaches in the NFL was on a public street and then went to a public hospital, maybe private hospital, but public in general, and there's a police report and a written record and an ambulance ride and all of it, to just hold it until the team was ready to release it, does make me ask the question I've asked many times. Who exactly do some of our NFL reporters think they are working for? Is it the audience? Or is it the people that are giving them information, which in theory is for the audience, but I don't totally get it. So, Sando, great job. Folks who knew Kyle Shanahan needed 40 stitches in his face and got a concussion and was gonna, be out for some time and held it for 2 weeks, not as great of a job. It's the best and the worst, I think. Shout out the good and the bad.
That's the Sports Media Ombudsman.
Thanks,
I
Kate.
think that was good. I think that was balanced.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I always strive to be.
That's right.
Balanced. Thank you.
I'm putting, Brew, a team near and dear to your heart. The Akron Zips.
Oh, this is great.
On the Bud list. Have you seen this story?
Yes.
Akron Zips are trying to drum up some season ticket sales. They said, what should we do? Give away free car washes or some merch? Get yourself a Zips hat, maybe even a signed helmet from the team. Nope. Actually get to call plays. Okay. So a few things. Number one, to Dr. Andrew T. Goodrich. I respect you asked for this opportunity, and we're going to get. You don't have to listen to everyone that's asking to call plays. Like, you know what?
You asked for orange uniforms. You got them.
I appreciate it. It's not Burger King. The customer is not always right. But you actually get to call the script with the coach, so I assume
For
it's
the opening drive.
For the opening drive, I assume it's a grab bag of, I want to pick this, this, and that. I laid out the worst case scenarios from worst to best.
Okay.
Number one, worst case scenario, very much on the board, pick six.
Yeah.
Pick six. Now the Akron Zips are national news, and if I was on the team, if I was the quarterback, I would be furious. If I was Robert Morris, I'd be a little bit fired up.
Well, that's what I thought you were going to go. This is not even a subtle diss to Robert Morris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, number two for the Akron Zips and their offensive coordinator, immediate touchdown. Immediate touchdown is you have to score, at least on the second drive, you have to score again. If the fan scores immediately and then you go out, you're in trouble. Worst case scenario number three. This is probably most likely, I think, a 4 and out. Just or 3 and out.
Yeah.
It's just not
Well,
great.
you know what? I think 3 and out's not on the board. Because you think the guy who gets to call his only drive of his life is going to signal the punt team on there? You don't think he's going for it on 4?
You get 3 plays.
He's got
You get 3 plays. You're not getting it.
If they allow him to make that decision,
4th and 12,
we're going for it.
And find a field goal somewhere. The field goal is very happy. The stunt had worked. But they're moving tickets in Akron.
Well, look, first of all, Akron is a legit program. Jason Taylor played there, the great defensive
I didn't know
player.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, you know
it's
what?
a legit Division I
just
program.
Small asterisk on that.
Of what?
On the legitimacy of the program.
Oh.
I think they are as legitimate as a program that allows fans call entire sequences of plays.
Well, look, let me say this. When I wrote for ESPN the magazine, we were able to work out a deal with the then New Jersey Nets, where one of our readers, we set it up where the reader got to call
I remember this.
an out of bounds.
Yes,
You remember an
yes.
out of bounds play in a legitimate game. Now the reader he was a former Division I player, and it was a legitimate play. I don't remember if it worked.
I think it did. I think it was like a clever.
They might have scored, but I would argue one out of bounds play is a lot different. Than a series in your opening game of your football season.
I love it. Here's the question.
Do you actually like it? Them doing this?
Yeah, because I think what is being undersold is what KW said. Brew, do you remember old Tecmo Bowl?
Yes.
Video game?
Yes.
You only had 3 plays to pick from. You're just picking one of those 3. I think there's going to be a very limited menu that the guy gets to pick from. Like on first down, we can do a dive right. We can do a safe little pass to the tight end. Like, I think it's going to be very, in that regard, I don't think it's going to be like carte blanche, flea flicker first play. I don't think he's going to have but we'll see.
False advertising. I guess they actually.
No, they said after.
They're like, hey,
opening script,
with the coach.
But they probably have a ton of plays that he'll get to choose from.
Also, listen,
It'd be cool if
Andy
they did
Reid
something
famously got a play from the janitor in Kansas City, the custodian. It gave him a play that they used in a game. Like, maybe,
That's Good Will Hunting, I think you're thinking of.